she's out the other side.
So this is Dawn Morley and Amir on 39 dressage. I was hacking around the event a couple of days ago, and I bumped into Dawn, and this is her first 2-star, and she was pretty nervous, wasn't quite sure of everything that was going on, but she's really excited to be here. She's been a helper here for years and has always dreamt of riding at Blair, so it's really nice to see her here.
Yeah, that's fantastic that, for somebody who is an amateur and they actually get to fulfill their dreams. It's a big thing for some of these people, and it's wonderful that the sport lets people achieve what they come out to do.
And she's got a lot of friends coming to watch, and in some ways that makes it slightly more pressure. And actually, Bryony here is very similar. Her boyfriend and a couple of mates have come to watch her as well, which is really lovely. But also, there's that slight bit of pressure as well, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, and sometimes you have to just pretend that there's nobody around watching you, which is incredibly difficult to do, especially when every man and their dog are watching on the live streaming.
So Stephen's horse is still really jumping, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. I'd quite like to pop this one in my lorry and take it home.
Coming down towards this last combination, it'll be interesting to see what he does here, whether he goes for the slightly... He's taken his foot off the accelerator a bit, hasn't he?
Well, I think that was probably a good thing coming to this combination. So, the horse is still game. Can he make the turn? Can he get hold of him? He's just losing him through his left shoulder there, but
it's one of those cross-country fences when you're going to go that route. It's going to be a little bit ugly, and you've just got to make it happen, I think, isn't it? You can't make it smooth.
No, I don't think so. And I watched somebody come through the straight route there, and that was never going to happen either. So, unfortunately, it's not the prettiest fence to watch at the moment, but people are actually jumping it well, and they're managing to complete the course.
Well, Charlie so far is giving Bryony... I'm not going to say anything. She's coming down to this water. Very brave and bold in there. Getting very wet. But he still looks like he's pretty keen.
Yeah, she gives him a good pat. She's delighted that he's jumped through there so well.
And here comes Dawn to this triple brush skinny. She's taking her time. She's enjoying the experience.
I think you only enjoy the experience when you finish, Simon.
Good point, Kate, good point. So coming round towards this water fence, and it's a decent drop in there for these 2-star horses, and it's sort of coming away from home, and to the right is back to the stables and the lorry park, so the horses are thinking of that rather than the water. Just a little bit green on the way in there, but pretty confident.
Yeah, and she just slipped her reins and let the horse use its head to balance itself, and actually, they did a super job of coming out the other side.
And then she's going the longer route.
She just wants to complete. She's obviously not worried about threatening the leaderboard, but she wants to get home and she wants to complete her first 2-star.
And she clearly loves that mare, and they're obviously having a really nice time together. So that's really good to see.
Well, that's what it's all about for some people.
Morven Pringle, Miss Contender. She's on a 31.8 in 6th place after dressage. So she is through the first combination on the course and heading on up towards this fence 5, this log in the trees. And then it'll be interesting to see what she decides to do at the corners, because this looks like quite a big mare, so I think probably going in a straight line would be easier than doing that curve, but we'll see what she does. So here comes Dawn up to the top of this hill. So this mare should be used to hills, being from Aberdeen. Popped through there very neatly. She looks like a very genuine mare, doesn't she, Kate?
Oh, she's lovely, and she's just got her ears pricked the whole way through, and she's having a lovely time.
Here comes Bryony, coming towards the end of the course now. Bryony Lewis and Kern's boy. It'll be interesting to see what she decides to do here. He's in a fairly decent bit, the American gag, but very often I find that those are quite difficult to turn in. But she looks like she's going to go the straight route. Good girl, well done.
Well, that was pretty impressive. She knew that
She's
horse was
very
going to
happy as
jump
well,
through
isn't
there,
she?
didn't she?
So this is the overnight leader, Emma Murray and Wainthrop, 28.6. So she will be looking to crack on and get inside that time to maintain her lead.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure for her now, knowing that she's in the lead. So she's just got to try and keep her cool and complete the course safely and enjoy her round while she goes on.
It's probably one of those situations where you've got to try and phase that out of your brain and just think, I just want to go clear inside the time, and not think too much about being in the lead. Dawn dropping into trot there, but the mare, she's very sure-footed, isn't she? She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and I actually like the fact that she popped into trot there. She just sorted herself out. She balanced herself, and she said, "Look, Mum, stick with me. I know exactly what I'm doing.
I've got this covered." Here comes our leader towards the first kind of sort of combination fence. It's a bit of a stick pile and then curving line to the skinny box.
Oh, she just slipped a little bit on the turn there. So let's hope she's got big enough studs in that doesn't happen again.
She's because she's obviously wanting to stick with the time. She came quite quick to that, so keeping the balance on the turn is a bit more difficult when you're going that bit quicker.
Yeah, that's right. She was another one with no martingale or breastplate on, so whether that helps the horse or whether it hinders the horse, I'm never quite sure. I think it just depends on the rider's style and whether the horse prefers it or not.
So that's Morven, Pringle and Miss Contender. They're in sixth, actually, after dressage on 31.8, and they went very neatly through there. Dawn's mare looks like she's actually got a second wind. She looked a little bit tired when she jumped through that water, but actually she popped through that quite neatly, didn't she?
We're on the downward run now, though, so she's caught her breath and momentum is taking her down the hills.
Emma Murray coming round to this double of corners, and it looks to me like she's setting up to go the direct line. Left-hand corner to right-hand corner. Very neat. And she's getting a move on, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, if she's going to stay in this first place, she can't hang around. Every pull is a second, and there's 20-something fences on the course, so she can't afford to be slowing down at every fence.
So here comes Miss Contender. Big jump into the water there, and actually made that 3 strides almost a little bit short. We did see, was it Stephen Benton earlier that went through there on 2 strides?
Yeah, and went through well on the 2 strides,
yeah.
So it's obviously achievable, and depends on how big striding and how bold your horse is.
So it's good to see the overnight leader just taking a little bit of time to make sure that does happen over that triple brush skinny. It'd be very easy to nip past that. Come into the first water. Very positive, bold riding, and the horse responded with a big jump in.
Yeah, and her position there was superb. She didn't move her upper body. She kept her eyes up, and again, her balance a little bit there with the head, but she's well balanced with this horse. And actually,
oh no!
Goodness me, I am the worst commentator ever. I've just given her the commentator's curse.
That was such a shame.
Oh dear.
Here comes Morven Pringle just popping in that little extra stride there. It's a big horse this to be doing that, and but very quick on his feet and quick thinking. Back down this windy section of the course, and then to those 2 skinny brushes, which is a tricky fence at this late stage in the course. So Jess Bell, Ballybrag Dakota on a 37.9. They're coming towards fence 4. That's the stick pile to just balancing the horse nicely. Just a little bit steadier than the horses that we've seen before, but just getting the horse going in a nice rhythm right at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's quite a big horse or whether she's just a very little lady, but he looks quite tall.
And here comes Dawn to the last fence on the course, and she pops that, and she'll be absolutely thrilled with that because she was so excited to be here. It was really lovely to chat to her a couple of days ago.
Yeah, what brilliant achievement! Well done, Dawn.